Hello my dear fashion lovers and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about 10 pieces that never go out of style. It's these absolute basic pieces that you need in your wardrobe that you can always wear. When in doubt, you can always reach out to these items. And if you want to replace them, these items are really worth paying a higher price in order to get a better quality. But before we dive into today's subject, do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you do not miss out on my further videos. And now, let's get started. First on my list, of course, is a white t-shirt. A white t-shirt is something that you can wear on its own or that you can use for layering. Here, it really pays off to reach out for a very good quality. So you could go for a very good cotton fabric. I would not recommend you to wear anything that has polyester in it. Just make sure it's cotton, but it's not too thin, and it has a very good quality so that it's going to keep its shape and look for as long as possible. Now, while in the past the rather fitted items were on trend, at the moment it's the boxier t-shirts. I would recommend you to use something in between that you really feel comfortable with in order to wear it for really many years to come. So you do not want to have something super loose that is going to look dated in a few years. But as I said, the very fitted ones are not so trendy at the moment. So go for something that has a very good and comfortable fit and that you personally just feel good when wearing. With a white t-shirt, you can create simple and sophisticated looks. Of course, the classic way of wearing it is with a pair of denim. You can spice it up by adding a silk scarf and maybe a trench coat on top, and this is super classic, super effortless, and it is always going to make you look very put together without giving the impression that you've tried too hard. Next on my list is a pair of straight leg dark wash denim. Of course, a pair of jeans is a staple piece, and depending on the trends, there is always something else trending. But if you go for a pair of straight-legged denim, then you can be sure that this is a cut that is always going to be there and that is always going to look good, no matter what is trending. Let other people wear baggy jeans and slim fit jeans and whatever there is, but the straight leg fit is never going to go anywhere. Make sure that it's a dark wash because the dark wash looks more elegant and elevated. Nevertheless, you could style it down if you need it for a casual look. So of course you can wear it with a pair of sneakers, yet it's going to look more refined than a light wash. And then of course we have the trench coat. You can use your trench coat in spring, in fall, and on colder summer days. Also with the trench coats, there sometimes are colors that are super trending. If you want to keep it super classic and neutral, you go for beige or camel instead. This is a piece that you can really wear for decades, actually for the rest of your life, and this is never going to look out of style. As I mentioned before, pair it with a pair of jeans, a white button down, or a white t-shirt, and this is just such a classic look. You could go to the office like this, you could run errands, you could go on a coffee date, you could use this for a casual outing. No matter what you do, with this look, you're always going to look appropriate. A trench coat is something that you can just throw on when it's cold. It's going to keep you warm and you're going to look very stylish. So if you have the chance, invest in a very good piece. Don't think about, oh, it's so expensive now. Rather think of the cost per wear that it's going to give you. So if, let's say, the trench coat costs €1,000 and you wear it 1,000 times, then your cost per wear is €1. And of course, if it's going to last you for 10 years, definitely you're going to wear it 1,000 times. Another classic item that is also perfect for layering and that makes you put together no matter in which occasion is a turtleneck. There are so many options out there. If you want to go for good staple pieces, then first of all, pay attention to the quality and second to the color. So quality, it should be 100% wool. It could be a wool silk mix, or it can be 100% silk if you want. There are also beautiful turtlenecks made out of silk knit that look very elegant and that just feel great on the skin. And then color-wise, go for beige, for camel, navy blue, or dark brown. You could also wear black, of course, but with black, you always have to be a little careful because it might look very harsh on some skin tones. Also, it's said that when you get older, black might look easily a little too harsh and age you. So if you want to avoid this, go for navy blue or dark brown instead. Colors that also look super chic, super elegant, and are not that harsh on your skin tone. There are very light knits that you could wear on colder summer days, in fall, in spring. And then there are these heavier knits that are perfect for winter. I recommend you to have several pieces in your wardrobe so that you always find the right item for the weather and the occasion. And the turtleneck sweater is very easy to style. So just style it with a pair of denim, maybe add a silk scarf, and you have a very relaxed, elegant outfit. You can wear it underneath a shirt. You can wear it underneath a blazer. You can also pair it with skirts. And depending on the dress, like when you have a shirt dress, for example, you can also perfectly wear it underneath the shirt dress. Then we have the white button-down shirt. Now, a classic white button-down shirt is an item that is a little controversial. There are people who just love it and wear it on a daily basis, and there are other people who say, no, I just look horrible in this. Just think that there are different shades of white. So depending on your skin color, maybe it's better to not go for a crisp white shirt, but rather for an off-white, cream white shirt. And also regarding the cuts, there are different options. And I am very sure that you're going to find an option that suits you personally perfectly. For example, you don't have to go for a very classic cut. You could also wear something like I do here instead. So this one is embroidered and it looks very feminine, very soft, and it has a beautiful cut that is really flattering on any body shape. So if you wear something like this instead, it's more playful, it's more feminine, and it certainly gives you another vibe than this just very clear, minimal, classic white button down. So having something like this in your wardrobe is certainly going to serve you a lot, no matter what the occasion is. And that brings me to the next item, which is a classic cut blazer. Now, blazer cuts vary a lot with time and trends. While a few years ago, there were these super small blazers on trend that were very slim, very fitted, and kind of cropped as well. And now it has completely changed. And now the trend is going to bigger blazers, oversized blazers, boxy cuts. And also this is not going to stay forever. Now, if you really want to invest in a blazer that's going to look good for many years, no matter what the actual trend is, go for a cut that is somewhere in between these two extremes. So go for a cut that is not too fitted, not too boxy, and that is just perfectly suited for your personal body shape. With a good blazer, even if you buy a cheaper one, you could have it fitted so that it 100% fits your personal body shape. And this is going to make all the difference. This is going to elevate this blazer a lot. Regarding the colors, navy blue is a great color, beige or camel is a great color, and yeah, theoretically black, but as I mentioned before, this is a color that you have to be careful with. Especially with a blazer, it's very close to your face, so it might make you look a little pale. So be careful when you go for a black one. If you live in a colder climate, of course you want to stay warm in winter without looking shapeless in a puffer jacket. Good news for you, you can have this with a wool coat. Invest in a very nice, good quality wool coat with a classic cut in a classic color. Now go for navy blue, for camel or gray tones. These look always great and these are going to never go out of style. And make sure that it is a good quality. So the coat should have as much wool as possible. The higher the wool percentage of your coat, the warmer it's going to keep you, and also the longer it's going to keep its shape and beautiful look. And if you wear this coat with a nice wool sweater below, maybe you layer on very cold days with maybe a shirt underneath your sweater and maybe a t-shirt underneath the shirt, etc., etc. This look is going to really keep you warm. So you do not have to worry that a wool coat is not going to keep you as warm as a puffer jacket. It's all about layering and having the right pieces in the right fabrics. Wool and silk are fabrics that really help a lot on cold days, especially wool, cashmere, for example. So just make sure that you invest in these pieces and you don't have to wear a puffer jacket ever again. Another item that is never going to go out of style is a pair of classic loafers. Now, I'm not talking about the chunky loafers. I'm not talking about some exotic colors. I really talk about a classic pair of loafers in a decent color, like tan or black or white. You can pair your loafers with your jeans, with your pleated pants, with your skirts and dresses also. This looks so good, so effortlessly chic, and it's the most comfortable shoe that you can wear. Make sure that you invest in a pair of very high quality loafers in order to avoid blisters and in order to really wear them for many years to come. So, of course, this should be genuine leather and the shoes should fit you perfectly. Personally, I love my Ralph Lauren loafers that I have been wearing for many years. I have a tan pair and I have an olive pair, and I feel that I really get a lot of wear out of these two. Next on my list is a dress in a classic cut. For me personally, this is a wrap dress. For other people, this might be a shirt dress. What these two have in common is the classic cut. It's the V-neck that is the most flattering neckline that you can have. And it's also the length. What I'm talking about here is a midi length because this is the most elegant version of it. And also this is a length that is never going to go out of style. Talking about elegant dresses and the perfect length, it certainly is the midi length. It really pays off to also invest in a good wrap dress or shirt dress. And this is your go-to item on days when you don't know what to wear, on days when you're in doubt what to wear to look appropriate. And it's also super versatile. You can wear this to the office, you can wear this on casual occasions, and again, this looks good with a pair of heels, with a pair of boots on colder days, but this also works very nicely with a pair of sneakers. Just one recommendation: if you wear a dress with a pair of sneakers, make sure that the sneakers are not too chunky and rather go for a plain white pair of slim sneakers. This always looks best with a dress. And if you're interested in how to combine sneakers with dresses and skirts, I made a whole video on this topic. The last item on my list is the box cut jacket, which is Chanel inspired. This is a very flattering cut, a very versatile cut, and of course a timeless piece. For the colors, personally, I own a navy blue one, which looks good on basically any occasion. But you could also go for a cream one, a white one, a black one. Make sure it's a classic color and make sure the quality is really good. And then you can combine this jacket with your pleated pants, with your cropped pants, with your denim, with your skirts. You can wear this on top of your dresses. The possibilities are endless, and thanks to the cropped cut, it works also perfectly with your dresses and skirts, and it looks super flattering on any body shape. It makes you immediately look put together without giving this impression that you've tried too hard. So this is what I have for you today. I hope you liked today's videos. If this is the case, then please give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you do not miss out on my further videos. See you in the next one. Stay stylish.